the COVID-19 pandemic. In her acceptance speech at the WTO, she said that getting a trade deal at the next major ministerial meeting would be a quote-unquote top priority, and also urged members to reject vaccine nationalism. And that's your news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Sergio LaCour's Love Lines is on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Thursday nights at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. Music and dedications for the grown and sexy.
On Saturday, February 27th, Seattle Local Learning Center, a nonprofit, A for Apple Learning Center, will spread the warmth by giving away new winter coats and books to children. We know that warmth is created in more than one way. A warm coat brings physical warmth, the gift of community brings warmth to our spirit, and the knowledge that someone cares brings warmth to the heart. A for Apple Learning Center has served the community for over 25 years and is dedicated to supporting and connecting families to essential resources in our community.
You probably have questions about COVID vaccines. Here are some answers about how they're being made.
How are COVID vaccines being produced faster?
Usually, vaccine testing and production are separate steps. But because of the pandemic, vaccines are being developed on parallel tracks. So both steps are happening just at the same time.
How are the vaccines being tested?
Right now, several different COVID vaccines are in testing. Each go through multiple clinical trials with up to thousands of volunteers.
How do vaccines get approved?
Not all COVID vaccine versions will make it to the final stages of testing and approval. Produced vaccines that do not pass clinical trials will be destroyed. But for those that do pass, a team of medical experts will examine test results and possible side effects. If the vaccine is effective and safe, it gets approved and gets to you. Go to covidvaccinewa.org to learn more. A message from the state of Washington.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Welcome to Real Estate and Money, a half-hour program on Rainier Avenue Radio.world designed to help you whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, or renter in real estate. Your hosts are three local professionals who will escort you on your journey. Violeta Strash, who has years of media advertising and marketing experience and brings this extensive knowledge to John L. Scott Real Estate and all our clients. Lombard, who is a mortgage loan originator with Cardinal Financial with over 28 years of experience, and Elsie Chaudoin, who has over 13 years of experience as a licensed real estate broker. And now here's Violeta, Tina, and Elsie.
Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate and Money. I'm Violeta Strash with John L. Scott, and Elsie's with me. And I think Tina's joining us, right? Remember our phone numbers, should you choose to contact us after the show. It is 206-717-4490. And you can see on the screen next to each of our names our phone numbers if you want to talk to us individually. So for now, let's start with Elsie and the housing updates.
All right.
Hey.
So let's get into the real estate weekly housing update. And this is for February 16th through the 22nd of 2021. Let's start off with King County. And in King County, we have active 309 homes starting actually on the average of $1.33 million. So let me just say that again, $1,033,000. All right, so we've sold 425 homes at the average price of $942,000. We have sold in 2020 330 homes at the average price of $808,000. So that gives us an increase from year to year of 16%. Now in Pierce County, we're looking at 139 homes available at the average price of $559,000. We have sold 231 homes at the average price of $512,000. And in 2020, we've sold 190 homes at the average price of $450,000, which gives us an increase of 13%. Now in Snohomish County, we have active 81 homes at the average price of $697,000. We have sold 163 homes at the average price of $685,000. And in 2020, we've sold 168 homes at the average price of $573, which gives us an increase of 20%. So let me just reiterate, we are now in the $1 million range for King County on average for homes. So that's what I wanted to say.
That's a good time to sell your home if you want over $1 million for it, right?
In King County, absolutely.
King County, oh my gosh. And what we're seeing is a lot of multiple offers.
We are.
Yep.
At least 10 offers per home, I would say.
I talked to a friend earlier today, and a couple of people she knows, one went for over $100,000 more than the asking price. Yep. And then the other one was $200,000 more.
Wow.
So be ready, folks. It's a battle out there, and don't know what to say. We'll help you out. Please call us. We're ready to help you. All right.
Specifically for sellers out there. If you're looking to sell your home, it's almost like somebody saying, cash in on that lottery check. Because if you've got a home and it's got equity in it, cash in on it if that's your priority or your prerogative. I mean, right now is a great time, and it's not going to last forever. So sellers, if you're thinking, act quick.
Yeah. And for buyers, there are ways we can negotiate a deal to get you up at the top of the list of, multiple offers. So let's talk. We can show you either while you're buying or selling, either one, we're ready to help. Okay. All right.
So are you guys getting a lot of people with escalation clauses in the purchase offers?
Yes, escalation. Sometimes a lot of the listing agents will say highest and best, just because sometimes that escalation clause can get a little bit tricky as far as how you're calculating it. So sometimes people will finance their closing costs in it, and then it, so highest and best, I think, if you're going to make an offer, make the offer to a highest and best. So whatever your client is willing to go to, I would say give it your all the first time around.
Up front, yes. Because, the escalation thing, it could be a number of back and forth, and it gets confusing, and then you get lost, and then I forget what I offered last time around. So there's paperwork to be done. Yeah, it can be handled, but highest and best a few times now, that has worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely,
let's do it that way, folks. We'll help you.
Yeah, so I've been getting a lot of people here because you've got these multiple offers going on. So people are saying, well, we're going to go $5,000 above the highest. We're going to go $20,000. My last client, it was $100,000 over the appraisal. The appraisal, because the problem is if you say I'll give you the highest and best, but the appraisal comes in shy.
Yeah,
so it does not have enough of that appraisal gap. You're in you're in quite a pickle there. So what we mean is, ladies and gentlemen, let's say you get a house for $1 million, and you put that offer, you win the bid, but the appraisal comes back at 890 or 950. So are you going to be bringing in, let's say you only want to put $50,000 down, and the appraisal comes in $100,000 shy of that. Are you willing to put another $50,000 to save that, or to make that gap? So that's one thing you have to be wary of. And the best clients are the ones who are putting the escalation clauses in, and they actually can pay an appraisal gap should the appraisal not come in at the same value as the purchase price.
Yes, absolutely. And that's a form that's a 22AD, where if the appraisal is low, then you would put that addendum in your offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a lot of people, that's something that we deal with, especially even with refinances. I know I'm going to be talking about refinances a little bit later, but it's kind of wonky right now as far as figuring out what the actual value of a house is, with the market being so cuckoo.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I was part of a bidding or a multiple offer situation representing a buyer. And we won because we ended up putting a $27,000 low appraisal 80. So adding on to the appraisal if it came in low. So our offer was at 390, actually no, 375. And we said that we would escalate it up to 395. Mm-hmm. And my thought in looking at all the comps were that it was going to come in at 350, and we're going to have to use as 27,000 in regards to that increase of appraisal price. And it ended up appraising at 400,000.
That's great.
Wow.
That is great. What I'm finding now is I'm finding some agents are trying to play games with the market, and they're saying, okay, we'll pay up to $20,000 or $30,000 appraisal gap should the appraisal not come in, because we know already that we're over pricing on the bid. Yeah. We know my client's coming in, they have $30,000 put down, but they don't have $40,000, and they already know that the house they're putting an offer on is $40,000 less. And then you're playing games. You're hoping that you can go through the house and you can find something that's derogatory. You can tell the seller, we got to lower the price. So you can't do that. I mean, if you've got the money, make an offer. But if you're playing games, don't play games, because you're putting your agent's license on the line. You're playing seller's hopes and dreams, and you put that offer in, it's got to be solid. You can't play games. If you don't have the money, do not make the offer. And a lot of times I get into a pickle where we verify and the clients go off and they do something funny with the money, or they're trying to work a back end deal, something that the realtors and the mortgage loan officers have no idea what's going on. And they try to pull something on us and get some money on the side and pay for this and pay for that. You just can't do that right now.
Right. Correct.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
But at a time like this, you feel tempted to make all these side deals and play around with people's appraisal values and lie about what you're really going to do. And you can't do that right now. This is not the market.
No, absolutely not. Now, something that they did require is that we show them proof of funds of that money as well. So sellers, don't take your word for it or what the offer is. Ask for the documentation, that proof of funds.
Right. And then also realtors have a good conversation with your client. If your client has got $80,000 just sitting on, and they only need $10,000 to bring to close, and they refuse to do it, that's not a battle you should be having with your mortgage lender. It's like your client is sitting on $80,000 and they don't want to spend an extra $5,000 for closing costs. That's not your lender's fault or your realtor's fault. The client doesn't want to buy, next. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
They hate being in a contract for 2 weeks and then your client's like, well, I don't have the money. It's like, I'm looking at your money right now. I know you got you don't want to part with it. If you don't want to part with it, don't make an offer.
Right.
You're wasting everybody's time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Only for serious buyers in this market right now.
Yeah.
So you mean you can't add your oldest born child as part of the deal?
Well, the thing is, if some people are willing and able to give their everything, then you have other people who are like, I don't want to touch my 401k. I don't want to dip into my clothing fund. I don't want to dip into my makeup fund. And it's like, well, I want to pay assistance. You don't want to, I don't want to pay for closing. Well, then they'll buy a house,
Right.
Well, you've got $90,000 over here. Well, I don't think I should pay the extra $6,000. Well, you were 2 weeks under contract and you agreed to it then. Why are you playing games? So that type of thing, it just to no end, you got to really shake your client, the loose leaves out of the tree, and say, if you're serious, I'll go to bat. Because to win a deal over 30 different offers and then your client is playing games, that's wasting everybody's time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But really quick, so I'm going to touch upon my subject today. I was talking about refinances and how to choose a mortgage person.
Yes.
Or what to do for refinances. And this is very important, but very simple. Right now, the rates have gone up like crazy. This last week, the rates have gone up like historically really fast. They've been going up like this, So a lot of people kind of miss the best part is of refinancing. So where do you go and how long should you wait? Well, I wouldn't wait much longer because the economy is starting to flourish again. In the spring, we always see that. But you want to go to your current lender first. So if I have ABC Mortgage, I will make that conversation with ABC Mortgage. Can you give me a lower rate? If you have a loan officer that you know personally that actually did your refinance, you want to go to them first too. Because if they're with a company and they originated your refinance and then they left that company to go somewhere else, there's a reason. And it could be because of rates. It could be because they're not closing loans fast enough or for whatever reason. So find your loan officer and then find the person that you are actually paying your mortgage note to first and foremost. A lot of times the people that you or the company that you are making your payments to, we may be able to streamline your payments, streamline your refinance and do it for you cheaper and faster and without a blip. Now, most cases, you want to wait at least 6 months to do your refinance. You have to make at least 6 payments. And I have a lot of people who I've done loans for in April, May, March, February, January of last year, and all of them have refinanced or now they're past their 6th payment. And so now they can refinance. So you want to at least make 6 payments from the loan you just received prior. And so you look at your company, you seek out the loan officer who actually did that loan for you. First and foremost, in some cases, you wouldn't even have the loan had that loan officer not been so savvy. So go to them first in case you enter the same roadblocks. That loan officer will know how to jump over those blocks faster than somebody else. Sometimes refinance companies are quoting 90-day locks. Some of them are counting 120-day locks. That's 4 months or 3 months. Now, I can close a loan in 30 days. The company I'm at, and I chose to come to this company because I can close a refinance in 30 days or 45 days at the most. So if somebody says, yeah, I'll give you a rate of 2 point whatever or 3 point whatever, it's like, when will you close that? July 1st. That may not work for you, okay? I'm not kidding you. I've had people, I quote them something in January, and they're like, well, this company can give me blah, blah, blah. I'm like, when are you closing? We're closing April 14th. I'm like, that's 3.5 months from now. And they're like, oh, so you want to find out a date and time. So go to your mortgage loan officer, go to your mortgage lender that you're using now. And then if it seems a little funny, it seems a little high, go to one more person.
GPS.
And that would be a bank. Go to a bank, like a bank, like a U.S. bank or Wells Fargo bank, and see if they can do anything for you. Okay. And if they can, great. They'll have really good rates. If you're part of a credit union, go to them too. Now, once you try, don't have multiple people pulling all your credit, and having 10 people pull your credit, because that's not going to work. Okay. If you go to a mortgage lender, a lot of times they do have Chase, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, Mr. Cooper, Flagstar. They have all these different lenders that they go through. So one shot, they pull your one credit report, and they can tell you exactly who was the cheapest and who was the best for your situation. Okay. So once you do that, and once you lock into a loan, let's say they get you 3.125% or something, and they lock you. Do not go shopping around the block for another loan, because what's going to happen is you're going to drag your feet. Your lender would have locked you for 30 days, and you missed that lock, and the rates could go up. If somebody has spent 3 hours trying to refinance you, don't start shopping them behind your back. You do that up front. Once you sign a contract, once you do it, you sign your disclosures, stay with that person, because whoever's trying to come behind them is shifty in the first place. In some cases, they already know that you've ordered an appraisal, all that kind of stuff, and they still try to steal your business. So they're kind of shifty in the first place. So once you do find your lender and you agree to a rate and you agree to a lock, stay there and be loyal and see that thing through. They may find some hiccups along the way, and they may approve you despite those hiccups. Then you take your loan and go somewhere else for 1/8 of a point and find out those people never really did approve you, and they actually are giving you a higher price. Mm-hmm. So I'll be done with this segment right now, but go to your lender first, go to your loan officer, and then go to the bank if they suggest that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's it.
Thanks. Let's do our promo.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts, Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North, Elsie Chaudoin with Keller Williams Mountain to Sound and the Elsie Legacy Group, and Tina Lombard with Cardinal Financial. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Now we have something interesting. I've never come across this, and Elsie brought it up, thought it would be a great idea to let you know about 3D printed homes. What the heck is that, Elsie?
Yeah. So have you guys ever heard of it at all?
No.
Well, did you guys know that 3D printing creates prosthetics and like prosthetic legs, prosthetic arms?
Oh, no.
Very
So
cool.
that is what 3D printing is. And now they're into creating these homes. And it first started being created for the homeless. And in other countries, such as Mexico. And the first place that actually was able to create the homes were back in 2018, March of 2018. There's a company called Icon, and it is in Austin, Texas. The first home was about 450 square feet. and it took 48 hours to create, like from bottom up. Now, it doesn't include foundation or any kind of, beams and so forth.
Support, yeah.
Correct. Yeah. But so you pour the foundation and then the print begins 48 hours later, you have a home. Isn't that amazing?
Wow. What do you mean?
Just like a tent? You're putting like a tent on a pad, a cement pad?
No, it's not even a tent. It's like material that is resilient. It's affordable and it's delivered within 48 hours. So depending on the size of the home, they've taken it down now to where a home of 400 to 500 square feet can be done in 24 hours.
What?
Wow. So who buys this? And what property? Is it like a parcel? Is it tax? Is it something you put on?
Yeah. So it actually began, with a company that started a homeless program back in 2018, I'm assuming, and they worked with the city of Austin in getting permits and structural and foundation and all that stuff. And there's actually a community. It's called The Village in Northeast Austin that consists of how many homes? 450 homes, I believe.
Wow.
So if you guys want to actually see them, there's a community. And so now they're working with other countries such as Mexico to create these homes for homelessness.
Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm looking on them on the internet right now. That's really cool. So they print them. And what is the material made out of?
It must be some kind of material that's resilient to weather.
It says here made from concrete.
That's the foundation part of it, right? So I'm assuming there's some kind of concrete in it, to create the wall and how stable it is.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. That is.
Last 50 to 60 years.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's a way to create affordability because, there's always that challenge of being affordable, but yet the design, needs to be compromised at times.
So how much does something like this cost retail wise?
I pricing wise, I'm not really sure. Whoa, that's exactly it right there, you guys. That is awesome.
So he's pouring for those on the radio, he's pouring concrete and it's looking like it's a laser.
It's a printer.
Printer, yeah, that's very cool.
This is a printer right here.
Wow.
This is the future of homes, yeah. As far as design goes, so you're not just limited to like 4 boxes anymore. It gives you curves, it gives you appeal. Look at this house right here. I mean, that's just amazing.
Thanks, Daniel, for putting these up. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Wow.
That's that company icon right there that created the first home here in the US.
So the inside looks like these little layers of goop and then they paint it. They spackle it flat then, Elsie, and then
that's how you do it. They actually create the rooms for it already. It's a design.
This is amazing.
Wow.
What is going on?
So it is part of the design. I don't even think I'm going to assume that you can't paint it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, they've painted the surfaces, but they left it alone. They don't smooth it out. It's
no. Right.
This is ridiculous. I love this.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
Do they have any in Seattle yet or Washington?
No, I think it's a lot of, the housing as far as getting permits and stuff. So Austin, if you guys are ever in Austin, I would say, go and visit. It's called The Village.
The Village.
Very cool. I like this.
Yeah.
I can see how this is really meeting a lot of demands, especially the lack of inventory.
Absolutely. Right. That and homelessness. I mean, we struggle right now with a lot of homeless people in Seattle and everywhere in the Washington state area.
So you can put one of these as a detached ADU in your yard for your mom.
I don't know how they would transport that huge printer into your backyard. I'm going to assume that it probably needs a little bit more room to move around in to create that space. Yeah. I'm not sure, like maybe they can come up with like parts of it, like maybe some blocks or, Yeah, but I'm not sure.
The lighting and everything, they have electricity and, they've got everything set up. That is amazing.
Yeah. Wow. 3D printing, you guys.
3D printing.
Talk about the future coming into play.
That is really,
Yeah.
really good. You brought that out. I'm going to do my own little research on that. That looks
Yeah, it looks like it would be more of a Rambler format as opposed to multi-level housing, do you think? Because how
I'm
big can
not
those
sure.
printers be?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
It
seems like
definitely a great idea for density.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Just as we saw some density being created there.
It looks
Yeah,
like
some fun
I'm looking at
stuff.
some pictures, and some of them look like little beehives.
Yeah,
I'm sure design-wise, you could design it however you want. I mean,
True.
really, it's just up to your imagination, and then you create that.
It's very futuristic, though, isn't it? It's very
It is.
It is.
I love
Yeah.
it. Wow, I'm going to buy some land. I'm going to do something. This is crazy. Yes. Wow, because imagine you could buy land like this and do anything with it,
Yeah. You just have to find the location that'll allow you to build something like that.
Yeah, because it looks like you have to have room for at least the printers to roll out and do what they need to do. But I would thank you for sharing this with us. This is
What do we have? Eastern Washington is where these go.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Where there's a lot of land mass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think we're pretty close to being at the end. I wanted to bring up our last week, Black History Month. And for this coming week, we have Conversations in Black by Tina Ontek. And we've got the Chicago Stepping by Styles of Stepping dance exhibition. So these two are today at 5:30 and then at 7:30. Then we have on Wednesday, Benjamin Hunter live music performance from the historic Columbia City Theater. Friday, we have workshops on racial equality in the Seattle film industry. So join us 6 to 7 p.m. for that. And Friday night, film night, we have filmmaker Anthony Tackett, a short film about police harassment and documentary about uprisings following George Floyd's murder. And I think that is it for this week. So there on the screen, you'll see what is going on, what the schedule of events are, and you can always look on the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website for that. So take it away, Elsie.
All right. Well, stay tuned for next week at 2:30. Hopefully we will get the builder, our contractor, talking about remodeling.
Yeah, and also we want to bring in some folks from the Philippine Scouts talking about a scholarship program that we're having for the state of Washington. Anybody that you know who has connections with World War II veterans who have made a name for themselves in the Filipino community in particular, I'd love to have you tell all the kids out there that, education is expensive. Yes, we know, and we want to support you. So send us your videos and your essays about your connections with World War II, Bataan Corregidor, Filipino Scouts, and we will talk more about that next week. So thank you all for tuning in to Real Estate and Money, and come every Tuesday and listen to what we've got for you. Got a lot of information, a lot of financial tips. So thanks very much. See you next time.
You've been listening to Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta Strash, Tina Lombard, and Elsie Chaudoin. For more information, call 206-717-4490. That's 206-717-4490. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune in to our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you find your dream home.